I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner DeeAs, with a celebration of food from south of the border as we make a salad served up on a tostada, plus a Mexican marriage of meatballs and chicken soup in the same delicious dish. My guest today in the Dinner DeeAs kitchen is Chef Rene Valenzuela, founder of the famous Taco Bus, now running Rene's Mexican Kitchen in Ybor City, racking up almost all 5-star reviews for food that he describes as blending the modern with the traditional. You have no idea how much of an honor it is to have you inside the Dinner's kitchen right now. I am so excited to have you here right now.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here with you.
This is going to be so much fun, folks. You're in for a real treat. Chef Rene has 2 recipes to share with us today, both simple, quick, and delicious. And an avocado and quinoa salad served on a tostada. Then chicken soup meets meatballs, the way that Chef Rene's aunt used to make it, which was chicken meatballs in a tomato sauce. That sounds so much fun.
It is fun, especially for the little ones at home. You know, the meatballs, you get your soup, you get them to eat. It's so much fun, and it's fun to make it too.
I love it. And so first, though, we got to start with this avocado and quinoa salad. So what do we need to do to get this process going?
Very simple. And everything that we're going to do today is so easy, and we're going to do it in a cinch.
Okay.
So what we have here is boiling water. Actually, it's just simmering. And I'm going to have the quinoa, which is an ingredient that is also very nutritious. It's full of nutrition and proteins. And then that's it. We're just gonna boil a little bit of it until it puff up.
Okay.
And then we're gonna drain it, and then it's ready to use.
And that's it. So
right.
How long should it take to start puffing up? Is that, something kind of quick, something
It's very quick,
you know,
so you can see some of them already starting. So like in less than 5 to 10 minutes, it should be done,
already
depending on
starting
how
to
hot
go.
the water is.
Very cool. So while this does its thing over here,
right.
What can we do to start working on our meatballs?
Okay, we're gonna start with frying some of these ingredients that are gonna be part of the meatball, because if it was all meat, that would be too boring.
Yeah.
But so now we're gonna add a little bit of oil as the base at the bottom, so that we can pan fry this.
Okay.
So, and then we're gonna do our onion. Oh, that's perfect. I like that noise. Then a little bit of garlic.
And I'll tell you, Chef, your skills with the knife right there and how you have been able to finely dice so far just the onions. I'm staring at these carrots.
Thank you.
I mean, that is precision right there.
I'm gonna put the carrots at the same time. And the reason why I'm gonna put them at the same time is because they're so small.
Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
It's so important to have that
It looks so
cook.
pretty, you know.
But it's purposeful. It's going to all cook at the same time. What do you got going in there next?
So now this is a serrano pepper.
Serrano pepper.
Just half a serrano, so it adds a little bit of heat, but not too much.
Okay. Now you brought a few with you, and there's been a couple of the ones that have been hidden. And I'm curious to know, because someone at the grocery store sees solid green, they're thinking, okay, that's great. What should someone be looking for when they start seeing colors?
Right.
That's not on all of them, but there's a couple that might have a little bit more red, orange, maybe even yellow. What does that mean?
Well, a serrano pepper is actually a fruit. When it's green, it's because it's green, but when it ripens, then it becomes red. And then, so it changes a little bit of the flavor, becomes a little bit more fruity. And also, originally when there were these big harvests, then you had too many red ones, then you cut them, you smoke them. So now you got a chipotle pepper.
Okay.
So that is the chipotle. It's actually a morita pepper. It's a type of chipotle. It's called morita pepper. When the serrano, because what happens is back in the day, some of the times, thank you, there's too many peppers, and then in winter there is no peppers. So you had to preserve some of them, and then that was a way of preservation.
That is so cool. That is so cool. All right.
Okay.
So is this coming along to your liking so far?
Yes. So I'm going to give this job to make sure that we stir it.
Okay.
And then meanwhile, what we're going to do, we're going to do, this is also part of the meatballs. We're going to put some tortillas. Now you can do meat crumbs as well, and this is just like regular, well, these are really good tortillas because they're nixtamalized corn that we bring from far. But so I'm just going to cut them up a little bit.
So instead of breadcrumbs,
Right.
we've got corn tortillas here.
Right.
I love it because if you want to make Chef Renee's Mexican meals for yourself, grab the recipes at our website, dinnerdeas.com, or get your phone and scan the QR code in the corner of the screen, which just means open the camera up, the regular one, as if you're about to take a photo, but hold it pointing at the TV until it sees the black and white box in the bottom left, and a link to us will pop up right on your phone.
Okay, so now we're just gonna crumble it. You can also do it with tostadas, but basically it's just gonna go into powder. Let's see. Come on, take a minute. While that happens, I'm gonna start dicing these the chicken thighs, okay?
Okay.
Because that one is also gonna go in there.
So we've got boneless, skinless chicken thighs, it looks like here.
Right. So this is very simple. Basically, you don't even need to do a pretty job. I want to make it easy for this machine because it's a food processor, it's a small food processor, and you can also buy the chicken already ground. So they sell the ground chicken.
Do you notice a difference in the taste if you were to have done the ground chicken? Because
Yes.
probably you're going to get a lot of just white meat in there. But here, with the dark meat, you can control that flavor too. I mean, and have what you want versus what you're just getting from the grocery store.
That's exactly what I was going to say. So the one in the grocery store is usually breast meat, and I like the thigh meat because it's got a little bit more flavor.
Okay.
And we like bold flavors, cooking Latin food. And it's got a little bit of fat that is also going to help it. So that's it. We don't need much. Let me see how this is doing. Okay, so that looks pretty good.
So you really like to take this as crumbly as you possibly can get.
Right,
this as fine as you can
Right.
get
So
that.
we're trying to get to almost like a panko consistency.
Okay.
So we're going to mix it all up, and that's it. So I think that should do it. So now I'm going to put it in this bowl for right now. And I'm going to use it right the way it is because I don't need to clean it because everything is going to end up in the meatball anyways.
Okay.
So now we're going to put the chicken, and that's it. We're going to do this, and now we have this ground chicken. And then now you can also dice it really fine with your knife, but you're going to be a little bit of time there.
But
if
you just
got
did
one
like
of
a nice little cubing of it. It was just a rough cubing of it, and so that way
that one doesn't need to look pretty. It's just rough. It's just good.
Because even so, you have quite the knife over here too. Like this thing.
Yes.
I mean, that is solid right here. Like,
Yeah.
I
love it. I love it. We have in Mexico, we call achita, which is a small axe. And then but basically this is also a Chinese cleaver. It is a Chinese cleaver. So you go dice it up, and then with this part, you pick it up. And then, so now this is a really interesting tool.
That's exactly what it is. It's an interesting tool on that one, because that is super cool. So now, all we got to do is just get this to a
same
nice
thing.
fine
There you
consistency.
go. Boom. So you don't have to have a grinder at home. But like I said, you can also dice it really quick. I do one with fish too.
Okay.
And then I don't dice it as much. So that one I like to do with a knife. I do a fish meatball, a shrimp meatball.
And that is allowing for you to keep that texture, so that way that it's not as like...
Right. For the fish, I don't want it. So there you go. Boom, we're done.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Well, once the veggies are all cooked, ready to go, these meatballs are nearly ready to meet them.
Right.
We're going to let them cool and make our meatballs when we come back from the break. Plus a simple sauce made in the blender, and we finish up our avocado salad ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. We're cooking today with Chef Renee Valenzuela. Proof that lightning can strike twice. Not only was he a founder of the Taco Bus, but his latest venture is Renee's Mexican Kitchen in Ybor City, where he serves up food inspired by his upbringing in Monterrey and Sonora, Mexico. Today, he's sharing how to do 2 dishes, an avocado and quinoa salad served in a tostada, plus his aunt's meatball recipe, which is absolutely beautiful. It's this recipe for our chicken meatballs and tomato sauce. Can't wait for it. Before the break, we started cooking the quinoa for our salad. It just needs about 10-15 minutes simmering to puff up. Then we cooked veggies to go into our meatballs. finally chopping up some onions, garlic, carrots, and serrano chilies, courtesy of Chef Renee's knife skills. Then instead of breadcrumbs for the meatballs, Chef Renee ground down some corn tortillas in the food processor, then diced and ground the chicken, and those parts are coming together nicely, as did our quinoa, which is done. It's done its thing.
Yeah, that's it. It just puffed up. Now it's nice and soft, and it's got a really nice texture. And we're gonna put it all together.
Okay.
This dish is gonna be very fresh. It could be a salad, like a side dish for whatever else you have on the grill. Or right now we're gonna do it in a tostada as a little snack. I also done it as a filling for a vegetarian taquito, or it could be a taco as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So here is the king, the avocados. They're gonna go in there. We're just gonna mix everything up. Then these cucumbers, there's the baby cucumbers. You don't even need to peel them, so that way you get all the chlorophyll as well in your diet. And it's so easy. All you gotta do is dice them up. You don't have to see them either. So the little tiny ones?
Yeah.
Okay, and then pico de gallo. And of course, pico de gallo is onion, tomato, cilantro, and a little bit of lime juice and a little bit of salt. So that's it. And then, so a little bit of garlic, like a tiny bit.
Okay.
Of course, you gotta have the lime, especially for those cucumbers and the tomato and the avocado. And just a little bit of salt and pepper. You gotta have that. Okay, a little bit more. There you go. Now we're gonna mix it up.
It looks so light, and it's just like everything looks like it's gonna be balanced.
Yes, and look how pretty it looks.
Yeah.
All those little, so I did use the red quinoa. You can use any color you have, but the red one against the avocados, they just look so pretty.
It shines. It just pops.
This is just a little bit of the art, you know, like more colors on your plate. And guess what? We are done. We are done. I'm gonna taste it for salt real quick.
Yeah.
This is a summer salad.
That's a summer salad right there.
That's right. Okay, so now I'm gonna make it in a tostada. I'm gonna put it right here. And then you can also, if you wanna get fancy, you can top it off with some shrimp or whatever.
Sure.
So it's very versatile. And here you go. Here you go.
That is so good.
Thank you, thank you.
It's clean and it's so light. Oh, I can't wait to go back for more of that.
Okay. all
That
right.
is killer. Absolutely killer. Also to be killer are these meatballs. So
Oh, yes.
what do we need to do next with getting a sauce going for it?
Right, so we're gonna do a very simple salsa de jitomate. So I got all these tomatoes. I diced them up. That's all I did.
You like any type of particular tomato for this?
Yes, so I do actually like the plum tomatoes, which are called guajillo also. But
Okay.
so here in the United States, they're called the plum tomatoes. Mm-hmm. And it's
Okay.
gotta be red. You see how red they are, because if they don't have any color, then they don't have any flavor.
Okay.
And then, so that's a little bit more serrano there.
Okay.
Of course, you gotta have some.
You gotta go with serrano again.
Right, and then onion. So all this onion, everything is gonna get cooked, so there's not gonna be anything raw. And that's the sauce that we need. If it needs a little bit of help, we might grab the broth, but it might do well. I'm gonna do it. Perfect. I love a Vitamix. This is my favorite toy.
It does all the work for you.
Right?
All that.
It's powerful, powerful.
Oh, it's so good. And I'm sure in a situation like this, you want to have it as smooth as you possibly can get.
Yes. So in this case, yes, this is not a coarse kind of salsa. No.
Yeah, this is as smooth as you could possibly take it.
Right. And that's good. Okay. So now I have a little bit of lard there, but you can use any kind of oil, but actually lard is very healthy for you, and it adds a layer of flavor.
So it's going to give you a little bit of layer of the flavor, a little healthy. What else does lard really kind of bring to this dish?
No, well, that's it. You can say maybe some mouth filling.
Okay.
But basically, it's really all about the flavor, and also that's what our ancestors used, and it's really more healthy than all these ultra-processed oils that are made from different grains or from whoever what it is.
Yeah.
And forget about hydrogenized shortening or any of that.
Oh, I can't wait to get this in the pan then.
So it's just gonna go. We're gonna fry it. Can you hear that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful sound right there.
A little bit of seasoning.
To grab Chef Renee's recipes, head to our website, dinnerdeals.com, or scan the QR code in the bottom corner of the screen to find us right on your phone and read along as we make these masterful Mexican meals. Okay. So this is just going to kind of fry up a little bit here?
Yes, this is going to cook down in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm going to mix all the ingredients that we have for the meatballs. So this is the vegetables that we fried, and it's going to go in the chicken that I already have in that bowl.
And we let these cool for a little bit too, so because our hands are going to be touching them. So it's not like you're taking a hot pan and with what those ingredients were. We let this cool for a little bit.
That is the only reason, because we don't want to burn our fingers. And then I'm going to grab the crumbs. And then this one, I'm going to do it gradually. Like I might leave some of them here just in case, depending on the humidity.
Okay.
And then, so we have all the seasoning.
And so going into that was what?
So that was cumin.
A little cumin?
And then, so this one, a little bit of the chicken powder.
Okay.
And a little bit of cilantro. Okay? And then the egg. So this is going to bind everything together. So now I'm going to mix them up.
Okay. I'm going to turn this one down a little bit.
Okay.
And we're going to turn this one up because we're going to start frying these up.
Right. So that's it. So now we have these pieces of eggs that we have boiled.
Okay.
So it's a boiled egg, and then so this is just the white part that we're gonna stick inside of these meatballs.
Okay.
And so this one is already hot enough. So we're gonna be throwing these meatballs in here so that they can get caramelized outside. So now this is where I'm gonna need your help, and then we're gonna get our hands dirty. Okay.
All right. What do you need?
Well, we're gonna make meatballs.
Okay.
About this size.
Okay.
Okay. And then so now we're gonna put a little bit of egg in the middle.
Okay.
And then we're gonna form it. Well, this is the way I do it, but here you go.
So you're going for about a golf ball here, it looks like?
Yeah.
A little bit bigger, actually, maybe then.
Okay, that's yours, the little one.
The little one. All right, fine. You got it, Chef. I'll take that one.
Okay. So here you go. So now, so this is gonna do two things. It's gonna make them really nice. Golden brown, all the Maillard reaction, but also it's going to help them so that once they're formed, they don't fall apart because they're already partially cooked.
I love that. And all the flavor from us cooking down those vegetables too. Just
right,
imparts a little bit more layer right there too, it looks like.
Right.
I can smell it. Oh, this is so much fun. While we finish up on the meatball assembly line, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we bring it all together ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz, where our current meal mood is Mexican, thanks to our guest, Chef Renee Valenzuela, the Renee of Renee's Mexican Kitchen in Ybor City, and he's been sharing how to make two dishes today, an avocado and quinoa salad, plus chicken meatballs and tomato sauce. Before the break, we combined our cooked, drained, and cooled quinoa with avocado, cucumbers, pico de gallo, garlic, lime juice, salt and pepper, and served it up on a crispy tostada. Then we made a sauce for our meatballs, blending together tomatoes, garlic, onions, and serrano pepper, heating in some lard for extra deliciousness while we made the meatballs, combining the cooled vegetables we sauteed with the ground tortillas, ground chicken, cumin, chicken powder, cilantro, raw egg, and mixed it together, making them into about golf-sized meatballs with a little boiled egg in the center of each one, and cooked them up in the pan we did the veggies in, and these smell absolutely fantastic. Everything is coming along so well. What do we need to do next?
Well, now we got them all golden brown, delicious outside. And so now we're gonna add the tomato sauce that we've been cooking. So but actually it's gonna go more into a soup. So we're gonna add this chicken broth. But I want to get everything. So there you go. Kind of wash them off a little bit. Get all the goodness.
Get all of that flavor right there.
Okay, so there you go.
Oh.
Okay, so now this is going to stay there for a little while it cooks, but not too long. So they've been partially cooked while we fry them. But so this is a dish that is very soupy. Then you pick it up with your spoon.
Okay.
And,
So you like this to have a lighter consistency from a liquid base?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay.
This one has to be, you can serve it in a bowl, definitely, and have all the juices. So we're actually going to serve it with a little bit of rice, and then so you can mix it up with your rice and mix it up like
Oh,
that.
come on now. Don't forget, you can grab the recipe for this dish, plus the salad we did earlier at DinnerDeas.com. Scan the QR code in the corner of the screen to follow the recipes on your phone and to watch the show over again if you missed any of it. And we have to take one last break while we let this simmer down and finish up. Ahead, we're going to show you how it all turns out on Dinner Deals. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz, where we've been making two dishes with Chef Rene Valenzuela. He runs Rene's Mexican Kitchen in Ybor and has been making us an avocado and quinoa salad, plus a family recipe for chicken meatballs and tomato sauce. Now, these have just been simmering in this beautiful chicken, the chicken meatballs have been just simmering away with the tomatoes.
Right.
Oh.
A couple of meatballs here.
And you're serving with just what looks like, what, just long white grain rice here?
Right.
Simple.
That's a long grain rice, which is the one that we use in Mexico. And then plenty of sauce there for your meatballs and the rice. Finish with a little bit of cilantro, and here we go.
And that's it. That's it. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good. Thanks to Chef Rene. His recipes are at DinnerDeas.com, ready for you to print, along with a link to find out more about his Ybor restaurant. I'm Jeff Philbin. See you next time with more ideas for dinner, as we call them, Dinner Diaz. I got a little bit of sauce right there too on that one.